if you don't know how to be kind to yourself, if you're constantly beating yourself up, if you constantly feel like you always have to be doing and doing and doing, I want you to stop and watch this video for just a little bit. I want to teach you how you can start to be more kind and patient towards yourself. Because, baby, if y'all followed me back when I was in college, if y'all listened to some of my other videos, y'all would know how stressed, out I really was. And it was really fucking wild, to be honest. So, the first thing that I learned, because we're going to get right into this today. The first thing that I learned was that being kind to yourself is not some type of place you have to get to. Okay, y'all like my nails? It's not some place you have to get to, okay? The reason why I said y'all like my nails is because there was a point in time where I felt like I could not be kind enough to myself to even do something that I really wanted to do or just try out, which was getting my nails done. Now, for some people that may be like, okay, it doesn't really matter, like I've done that. But as someone who kind of has more of a masculine look to them, or someone who is only being perceived to act or to be a certain way by family, even by some friends, I've had to learn to be kind to myself in the sense of I can actually go and get things done. I can do things without approval, without people saying, validating you and approving you to go and do certain things and try certain things out in your life, right? So that's the first way of how to be kind and patient to yourself, is allowing yourself to explore. Allow yourself to do something that you naturally probably wouldn't do because you were afraid of certain judgment, okay? So that's the first thing, is allowing yourself to be authentically yourself, all right? The second thing that I would say, going back to what I said earlier about thinking that we have to always be moving to the next place, to the next level. Okay, this is often because of society, right? We're constantly taught to go from preschool to elementary to middle school to high school to college, and then after that, you got to get a job. You got to have a family. You got to get a house. You got to do all these things. You got to just move. So one of the things I've been learning is that actually just being is a very powerful skill when you can just be. Okay. And typically this is because I have been still going through the whole like after college, unemployed, all that different types of stuff. And I have also been in a state where I've been battling just being at home and having parentals kind of say things to me, or dad, I guess you could say stuff to me where it's like, you feel like you have to constantly be doing something, right? Because I told y'all in a couple of my other videos that the way that I grew up was I was always constantly doing, always busy. There was no such thing as like rest. There was no really such thing as like, and rest really was like if you were sick, you could rest. If you were injured, you could rest, but it wasn't like I just want to be able to be at home because I just simply need a mental break. That wasn't a thing, right? And for most black kids, in some type of aspect, that wasn't a thing. Or for most kids, period, who grew up with maybe a controlling parent, to where you felt like you just constantly had to be doing stuff and there was no breaks. So one of the things I've had to learn is like being kind to myself, realizing I can literally just be. I can spend a day where I just want to watch shows and I just want to eat, and I don't have to feel bad about that. I don't have to pressure myself into having a position or placing my identity on when I have a career, or not a career, but when YouTube takes off, or when this takes off, or when I get hired here, or when this happens for me, that's when I can then be able to be patient, or when I'm able to just rest. And actually, that's all completely false. What I deserve simply by being a human being is rest, right? Is being kind and patient to myself. I have big dreams and big goals for this channel. I have big dreams and big goals for myself. But I also understand that throughout the process of all of that, I can still be kind and I can still be patient with myself while I'm still going through these things, okay? Another thing that I've been learning with this whole starting to be patient and stuff was actually yesterday. Yesterday and the day before. I came back from vacation because I was on vacation having a ball, and I came back and literally my mind shifted immediately into, you got to get up, you got to get stuff started, you got to figure it out, you got to do that. And I was like, wait, hold on. I just came back. I'm a little tired. You know what I mean? And for most people, they will listen to what their mind tells them. That is the anxiousness. That is the ego constantly, trying to make sure that you still have things intact. There's nothing wrong with that. The ego is very good at helping us to stay on task with things. But when it comes to the point to where you just get out of bed, or you're going to sleep and you're constantly having all these anxious thoughts of what needs to happen tomorrow, what needs to happen, within, the day of when you wake up, what things you should be doing or what you need to be doing, and you never think about yourself. And I remember days in college where I would literally get up and I would just be on my laptop. I would not have eaten anything. I probably would have like a little small bowl of oatmeal, and that would have been it. I literally remember those days verbatim. I would literally sit out at the little table and I just work because all I knew was that, Plus I'm a Capricorn, so hey. But honestly, to really be real with you, it's good to have work ethic. It's good to, have that drive and have that vision and have that goal. But sometimes it's okay with being able to be compassionate towards yourself, to realize you don't have to figure it out all right now. You don't have to have that right now. You don't have the job, you don't have the career taken off, you don't have the connections, and you don't have the house that you want, or you don't have the spouse or the kids or whatever it is you want, because you are in a different space in your life. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, which is why I said be. Just literally practice being. All right. And I even noticed this with compassion with myself about purpose. Y'all have watched tons of videos. I have a playlist I'll put up above about how to discover your purpose. But what you would not know is I'm actually in the state right now of, I said, do I even really want to be in social media? Do I even want to continue to keep making the same type of content? Like, I really am in a place where I don't know if I want to keep doing the same stuff that I've kind of been talking about. Or at least not do a lot of it. I kind of want to figure out what other things are in me besides just being a talking head on YouTube or being a person who, builds courses and helps people. What other things are there do I have besides helping people to heal all the time, right? There are other parts of me. Maybe it's fashion, maybe it's hair, maybe it's jewelry. I don't know what it is, but there has to be something else. And so naturally, sometimes, I think in all of us, because our brains are wired to just like figure those things out sometimes, or maybe just because of the way that I was kind of handled and dealt with certain things as I grew up, or just even being in college, where you're kind of programmed to figure everything out on your own, and which that is true, right, in some cases, but you don't have to pressure yourself into having those answers right away. So how can you start to do the same for yourself? First of all, giving yourself peace and giving yourself grace to know that you don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You have to give yourself peace and patience and compassion. And if you're in a situation like me, where maybe you just graduated from college and you live with a parent, and you've had experiences of feeling like you have to constantly be pressured to do stuff, or you constantly feel like you have to, I want you to give yourself time to just sit and breathe. Like, I literally just want you to just, okay? Because sometimes it's so crazy to go against the grain. It's not natural to be in this state of receiving, in this state of like, literally just watching shows, like I said, in bed, or taking a nap, taking multiple naps throughout the day, simply because you're a human and you deserve it. Most people are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? You need to get out there. You need to work. We got bills to pay. We got things to do. We got da-da-da-da. And I've watched this happen within my own household, and it's sad because it's like you don't even realize you're living a life that's on autopilot. You literally are coming home late. You're eating lunch, and it's all to just pay for a building. It's all to pay for a car, and it's like, are you really enjoying your life? Are you really, sure, you're taking care of yourself, but are you actually enjoying life? And if you are in a situation where you feel like, I don't know how to be kind to myself, start asking yourself, what do you want in life? What do you want to feel? How do you want to be not only treated by other people, but how do you want to treat yourself? How do you want your life to be? For me, I want a life of peace. For me, I want a life of optimism. I know that I'm going to be able to take care of myself, and that's another big thing. I trust in the universe. That's the thing that I think most people, whether you're religious or whether you're not, I think when you watch people's actions, you can tell whether they trust the universe or not. Because there are some people who live on such a, I gotta go type energy, I gotta do type energy, that they really don't trust the universe. It's just scripted for them. So being kind to yourself is also being patient, understanding that the universe has placed you exactly where you're supposed to be. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Of course, as long as you are taking action and you're making those things happen, then yes, you are doing what you can. And I think the whole basis of this video, getting started, is really asking yourself, what have I been hard on myself with, and what can I be less harsher on myself with? What can I completely just even get rid of talking about or worrying about so many times? What more things can I be grateful for? Can I be grateful for the fact that I have a wonderful home to stay in? Can I be grateful for the fact that actually all the things that I thought was going to be actually happening are actually just fear-based, and they're not even really true? It's just my brain and my body maybe remembering certain memories that's happened in my own house and in my own experiences that are not actually true or real, right? And so being kind to yourself, what I've been doing is working a lot with my heart chakra. I've been doing heart chakra meditations where I've literally just been opening up my heart to more compassion, to more love, and really just sitting in peace and quiet. I did do some guided meditations that really helped. I suggest those too, but I would also suggest that you just sit in your room, sit on your bed, sit at your desk, do some yoga, do whatever makes you feel comfortable, take a shower, whatever works for you, and really just ask your heart to be opened. Ask the universe to help you as much as you can with this compassionate and with this and with having grace with yourself, because one of the things I really noticed was I was having a really hard time with this because of being the oldest child, being someone that I think for my whole life was kind of expected to be achieving these certain things, or expected to finish these certain programs, or expected to be walking in this light. I think even from just my own sexuality, where I was expected maybe to be with a woman, or I was expected to act or be a certain way, and now I'm realizing I have to have compassion with myself to be able to explore different parts of me. And that's even in career. I may switch to something drastic. And I've even had different altercations with certain people who have who want what's best for me, but they only see what they've experienced and what they have, gone through. And that's not the same thing of what I want, baby, okay? Because we're two totally different souls on a different path journey, so we're not going to be doing the same thing. And what works for you may not work for me. And I know it don't work for me because I've tried the shit. So the whole point of this video is please give yourself grace. Please give yourself compassion. And don't force yourself to figure these things out right away. I've had to remind myself with this too. Just be patient and be kind to yourself as much as you can. This is a journey that we all have to learn and grow through. Even when it comes to friendships, if you're losing friends right now, if you feel alone right now, if you feel people are not really fucking with you, or family's being weird or whatever, allow yourself to be great, to have grace. If you are somebody who was so used to hanging out with everybody, hanging out with your friends, hanging out with your family, and you started realizing certain things, and now you're just kind of separating yourself to find yourself, to find peace with yourself, to be your authentic self, and to really discover who you are, give yourself grace. Don't talk to yourself like you're a bad person or there's something wrong with you. People are going to always bash you or belittle you or be mean to you, and they don't know they're doing it. Some people are very controlling, and they want you to be acting and doing a certain way to please their own ego and their own self-sufficiency. And then there's other people who will just blatantly cut you off or just think that you're weird or fake. Remind yourself that you are the only person that knows what you are doing for yourself. So do not allow anybody to gaslight or to belittle you. And even when they do, just shut up. That's what I've been learning. Just shut up and just don't say nothing. Just be quiet and just keep on moving. Because at the end of the day, you know that this is your life. You are the one living it. And so be patient and be kind to yourself as you are going through this life journey. Don't be so harsh, even though sometimes our minds can be. But just try to keep being kind. Be kind and be respectful. That's the two things that I always tell myself. Even if I don't like somebody, or even if somebody's been mean to me or whatever, I just do my best to be respectful to them. And I do my best to try to at least be a little bit kind. Now, I think respectfulness is being kind, so I'm going to just stick to respectfulness. But just give yourself the kindness and the patience and talk to yourself as if you were a kid, because you need that sometimes. So with that being said, today, I really appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing, watching, liking, and commenting on this video and any video that you like on this channel. If you like anything regarding law of assumption, manifestation, anything about love or just breaking away from attachments, healing, and attracting better things into your life, or simply just mindset shifts, I promise you this is the channel for you. I also have a free ebook down below if you're thinking about learning how to discover your purpose. My free ebook is down below. You can just get it. I think it says like resources or something like that in the description box. So just click on that and you'll be able to get that for free. I also have some other stuff that's coming up soon, so I'm really excited to announce that when the time comes, okay? But in the meantime, comment down below what you've learned from this video today. Comment down below any things you've been doing to keep yourself from being too hard on yourself. What things have you done to be more patient and be more kind to yourself? I would love to hear some feedback on that because I think that's just amazing. So, yeah. See y'all in the next one, though. Peace.